if you report a breach to the HHS, are you automatically going to be audited?
Report a breach under HIPAA to the government, that does not necessarily mean you're going to get audited. It's likely there could be an investigation of your facility, of your program. And having said that, I think it's a good practice that before you enter into before you notify a breach voluntarily, right now we're talking about we are volunteering a breach that's not otherwise required for us to report. That's make sure I understand the facts. It's not a security breach of 500, so we have to, we have no obligation, we have no choice but to notify. If we find out that we haven't done our risk assessment, let's say, at that point, are we obligated to report ourselves to the government? The answer is no. I think what you're obligated to do is to correct the problem as soon as you become aware of it. If you do self-report, I believe you are opening yourself up to a much greater risk of having an investigation made against you. That will really depend on how much resources the government has at that time in that location.
To add to that, I would make sure, because at the time of self-reporting, which is, if you do have a release of information, that those breach notifications to the government are mandated. It just depends on how soon you have to do it. But I think the important thing is if you have to self-report, is showing also what you did to mitigate that breach. So show that you did another risk assessment, that you analyzed where the problem was and what you did to then mitigate that breach. Some breaches are easier to handle than others, but if you misfaxed somebody, that you contacted the person that you misfaxed to, and that you did the best you could to retrieve that information or have that information destroyed, and then turned around and started programming numbers for fax numbers so that people wouldn't dial the wrong fax number. That you show a process of what you've done, and I think that will go a long way to helping you out also and protecting you.